Hi everyone, it's Vicki here with Scrap Academy, and I am joining in with the alphabet game challenge. We have to use something beginning with the letters of each of the letters of Scrap Academy, and you can see what I've chosen to use right there. So I've pulled out some cardstock and some paint for mixed media. So we're covering all those bases before we even start. And I'm going to just paint down a rainbow. This is smooth white cardstock from Basil, so it doesn't really need any gesso with this small amount of water. So here comes my Y, yellow. I'm getting them all in quickly before I forget, you see. So that's we're going there, and then I've got some aqua, which kind of an aqua bluey colour. Yeah, we're calling that aqua, and some violet there. So we've ticked off some of our things already. So I let that dry totally and put it through my silhouette, and I have this fabulous cut file from Pear Tree Cut Files, which I wanted to use, and yeah, I think it looks perfect, obviously in the rainbow colours, as it says rainbow on it. So I want to use both parts of it, but for now I'm just going to take off the word days. I do actually use that, but for now I don't want it attached to the cut file. So here we go. So I have, you can't really see, I mean you can see the rainbow, but it's quite subtle at this point in time, and that's why I wanted to put back those pieces. So I'm just going to put some glue onto the back of the cut file and glue it straight down to the page. Quite often I would pop these up, but I wanted to put it flat because I want to pop up the inner pieces, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's going to go flat on there, and I do use my T-square ruler just to make sure I've put it straight. Okay. My photo is going to tuck in on the left, just there. The good thing with cut files is there's usually a place that a photo naturally sits, and on here that's definitely the case. So now I'm going to raise all these pieces up on foam, and that's going to give me my dimension. That's another of my ingredients for the alphabet game. And yeah, I'm going to cut through this. You won't have to watch it all. But I think this looks really nice because what it does is it brings back all that rainbow goodness that I made. There we go. So now we're really seeing a vibrant rainbow, and I'm really happy with how that looks. So I'm just going to stick all these down, and again I'm going to skip through this a little bit so that you don't have to watch the whole process and me putting my teacup on it to hold it down. Okay, so there. I mean, that just looks so much nicer with all that rainbow colour in. It just really, really makes it pop off the page. Now, this is my scrap paper that I had from cutting the cut file. So I decided to take a strip of that because I'm going to use that later on the layout. So just for now, it's going to go to the side. These are a couple of pocket life cards that I got with a recent hip kit. So I am going to just cut that flower out of that one before I back it so that I can use the flower elsewhere. And I'm going to use these two then to back the photo. I'm just firming that card up a bit with the bit I cut off, just so that it stays together there at the edge when I distress it. So I'm going to just distress the edges just to add a bit more texture there. So have I used any of the letters? So I'm taking the letters in rainbow as being one of my alphas because I've got two alphas. And I was struggling to come up with A's because there are 3 in Scrap Academy. So I had alpha, alpha 2, and what was my third thing? Oh, aqua, which was one of the colours in the rainbow. So I was really struggling with that actually. So so I decided to cheat just a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this flower out that I cut, just make sure it's tidy because I just cut it roughly before. And I'm going to use that on the layout as well. So I took some of the foam off of that piece of rainbow because it was sticking up too far. So I'm now just going to stick that piece to the photo with no foam. And although there isn't foam under the photo, it's quite dimensional anyway, so it works well. There we go. So now I need to do some embellishment, and I have these Maggie Holmes stickers, nice sticker book there, which I'm pulling out to use this alpha. So this is my second alpha, and it's sort of a black outline alpha, and I'm going to put ice cream. So the ice cream that she's eating isn't actually rainbow, but rainbow ice cream there is my title, because presumably they do it in different colours, right? Bit of artistic license, I think. But I like this font. I think it's really quite a cute little font, and it stands out quite nicely against all the rainbow. Okay. So what am I thinking next? I'm thinking that I'm going to put some sequins on. So that's my S. S is for sequins. We're going for it. So I'm going to colour code those. Sorry, I'm just looking for something while I'm talking on here, but bear with me. So I'm going to colour code those to go with the rainbow. So blue beneath the blue, pink beneath the pink, yellow beneath the yellow. And I don't have enough colours of sequins, so the next thing I pull out are enamel dots, because I want to put something under each colour of the rainbow. So I pull out some enamel dots, and I've got some green on there, and that's it for that one. And then I go and find some more and I've got some sort of yellowy orangey colour there, and I've got some lilac violet-y type colour, and I'm searching in vain for orange. Now I do find some that are a bit darker really than the orange, but I think it looks fine. Okay, so now I'm still deciding what to do with that strip. So I'm going to cut the manufacturer's strip off my background cardstock, and I'm going to use this strip. So I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to put half at the top and half at the bottom. There we go. So there's white at the edges, which is a little strange, but I actually don't mind that. I think it works quite well. I kind of wish I'd cut the white off before I stuck it down, but it's okay. So now I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next, and it's embellishment time, I think. Okay, so I've got these Dear Lizzie stickers, and they are super colourful, nice rainbow colours. So I decided to go with this Vellum Endless Summer. That's not colour tone on tone, but I quite liked it over there with the sunshine, and works well with the ice cream theme. So now I want to put on some of these pink vellum flowers on the pink section of the rainbow, and that works nicely there. My sequin falling off. And that glue that I'm using is Scotch tacky glue, by the way, in a fine liner bottle. Several people ask me that, so I'll just mention that to you. Now I've got a little ice cream to stick on here. I need to move a couple of those enamel dots to make that work, but that's perfect just there at the end of the title. I tried to make another ice cream work, but I can't, so that's what I'm doing there. And I think I'm going to pull out some orange flowers to put at the top. Yeah, I have to cut a few of the leaves off of there to make it fit under, because I've already stuck the photo down, but that works quite well. And I find another orange flower as well to put up there to balance that out. I think we're getting pretty near to the end actually, so I'll put on some of these vellum stars in the colour coordinated colours. Colour coordinated colours? Whatever. And that, and then I decide that actually I'd quite like to use that days on here as well. So originally I wasn't going to use it, but I am. Oh, I do apologise. I'm going to do some stamping first. So I've got these Hip Kit stamps that I'm just going to stamp some sprigs of leaves onto this leftover piece of mixed media. Don't like to waste nice, beautiful colour like this. So what's happening with these leaves is there's just a little bit of mixed media on them, but not fully. So I quite like that effect. And I cut through the cutting out of them, so you didn't have to watch that, but I did cut out two of them. One has a bit of pink and orange on, and the other has some blue and green on. So I put those onto the layout in the appropriate places. Excuse me. Okay. So that's where those go. And yeah, so now this is where I decide to use days. I just like that it's really rainbowy, and I want to use it, even though I didn't want it where it was. So now my layout's going to be rainbow ice cream days. So yeah, so those sequins are actually in the way, so I pull them off, and they leave a little bit of a mark on the page, but that's fine. I don't mind. So now I'm going to stick down days, and then put the sequins back on around the word. There we go, and that's it. So that's the final layout. I do hope you've enjoyed this challenge. Our sponsor is the Lollipop Box Club, who I have guest designed for, and there are some fantastic boxes that they do. So please do join in with a chance to win something from there. And in the meantime, this has been Vicki for Scrap Academy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.